Imagine you went to a friend's party where everyone was playing with a creepy severed hand, treating it like a fun little game. They'd hold the hand, say a few words, and claim to be transported to another world. It all seemed like harmless fun until you held the hand. That's when everything changed. You didn't just feel something, you saw something. A demonic presence latched onto you, and from that moment on, it began to haunt you. Slowly, relentlessly, terrifyingly. So, we're talking about the movie Talk to Me, and now we're about to find out what happens next. So the movie opens like your standard teen horror fare. A house party. Everyone's dancing, vibing, drinking questionable liquids out of red Solo cups, the works. But while the crowd is vibing, our boy Cole is absolutely not. Homeboy is walking around the party like someone just spoiled the ending of his favorite anime. Turns out he's looking for his brother, ominously referred to as the Dacoit. Yes, apparently we're just going with that nickname like it's normal. Cool. Cole keeps asking where this mysterious party pooper is, and finally someone's like, oh yeah, he's upstairs in his room, being super mental. So naturally, Cole marches up, knocks a few times, and when he gets no response, he does what any concerned sibling would do, he Hulk smashes the door down. Great idea when you're trying to comfort someone in a fragile mental state. The scene is, well, weird. The Dacoit, still no real name by the way, is sitting there like he just returned from a spiritual retreat gone horribly wrong, totally spaced out, muttering cryptic nonsense like he just downloaded the Dead Sea Scrolls into his brain. Seriously, this guy is on another plane of existence. Cole tries to be the good brother, reminding him that, hey, remember when Dad died? Classic pep talk material. But nope, the Dacoit isn't snapping out of it. In fact, his condition escalates from mildly delusional to full-blown possessed WWE wrestler in seconds. And just like that, boom, he literally steps on his brother to death. In the middle of the party. Yup, guests and all. Not one person thought to stop him or call security, but sure. And just when you think, well, that was intense, the Dacoit doubles down. He grabs a knife and stabs his own eyes out. Because what's a party without a little self-inflicted ocular trauma? Cut to black. Cue screaming, chaos, probably someone dropping the guac in shock. RIP snack table. Now we meet Mia, a teenager who is deeply depressed. And for good reason, she apparently gave birth to her own mother. Wait, hold up, did we just flip that sentence? Oh, you meant her mother recently died, or something tragic like that? Let's go with that, or else we're in full David Lynch territory. Honestly, that sentence alone gave me an existential crisis. Anyway, Mia is struggling, and the only one keeping her somewhat sane is her little sibling, or maybe cousin, Rally, who's got a bestie named Butter, because this film clearly doesn't do normal names. Rally and Butter sounds like a breakfast cereal brand. We also find out Mia and her dad Max have big emotional walls between them. Think cold shoulder meets silent treatment with a sprinkle of unresolved trauma. Then we jump to Rally, a 12 or 13-year-old kid just trying to chill with his buddy James, who naturally tries to peer pressure him into smoking. Classic. But Rally refuses, proving that he has at least one functioning brain cell more than James. Protect Rally at all costs. From this scene, we get that Rally is trying really hard to fit in, but this whole being a teenager thing? Yeah, it's not going great. Relatable, honestly. Then Mia shows up to pick him up, and we see that their bond is strong, sweet sibling vibes, some quality car talk, until, yes, out of nowhere, a kangaroo jumps in front of the car, looking like it just lost a fight to a lawnmower. It's mangled, injured, and barely alive. Rally, being the sensitive soul he is, begs Mia to call for help. But surprise, nothing works. This kangaroo is basically halfway to Mars. Poor thing. One minute you're hopping around, next minute you're roadkill in a trauma drama. So after Rally watches a dying kangaroo wheezing on the side of the road like it's in a Shakespearean tragedy, he suggests the most humane thing to do. Hey, maybe just run it over and end its suffering. A bold pitch from a 12-year-old, but honestly, he's not wrong. But Mia's still very much emotionally unstable and clearly not built for mercy. Killings can't bring herself to do it, so they just leave, which I'm sure is exactly what PETA would have recommended. Back home, we meet the next player in this emotional minefield, Jai, Mia's close friend. They chat for a bit, and Mia casually mentions forgetting to pick up Rally earlier. Cue Jai giving her the sibling guilt trip of the century. You were too busy with your boyfriend, Daniel. Ah yes, enter Daniel, the plot thickener. Apparently he's not just dating Jai, he's also the guy Mia used to have a thing for. Because of course, what's teen drama without a tangled love triangle? As they're talking, Jai shows Mia a very unsettling video chat, a girl posing like she's in an influencer thirst trap, except her eyes are pitch black and bulging out like a demon Barbie doll. October 10th, cursed energy. Not even TikTok is ready for this. But surprise, this isn't a paranormal glitch, it's a game. A trendy new dare game started by local edgy influencer in the making, Haley. Apparently everyone in their friend group is into it. Gen Z doesn't play Uno anymore. They just get possessed via FaceTime. Mia is clearly into the idea and wants to go to the party where they'll be playing it again tonight. She invites Jai along, who's like, that was literally terrifying and I value my sanity, so no thanks. Smartest decision so far, which obviously means she's going to ignore it. Mia pulls the emotional guilt card, reminding her it's their mom's death anniversary and she doesn't want to sit around and spiral, which fair, so Jai gives in. Fast forward to nighttime. After their aunt conveniently goes to sleep, because all adults in horror movies have an off switch at 9 p.m., Mia and Jai sneak out for the party. And just to spice things up, Rally insists on coming too. Jai's like, no way, but then plot twist. Mia's mom says yes. Wait, what? The aunt just went to sleep. How did mom vote from the dead? Did she leave ghost instructions or something? Probably just a continuity oops, but we're rolling with it. They arrive at this not suspicious at all party and are introduced to Mia and Jai's so-called friends. Haley, queen of bad ideas. Jazz, no one really knows what she does. And of course Daniel, walking red flag in a hoodie. Immediately the social energy is tense. Nobody really likes Mia and they're not subtle about it either. Haley wastes no time throwing shade, whispering to Jai that Mia's still into Daniel and also depressed, which in her defense are two totally valid states to be in, especially when surrounded by fake friends and your ex. But Jai isn't trying to hear it. She tunes out the dramas until the main event begins. The game. Yep. The one with the creepy black-eyed video calls and potential soul-stealing consequences? That one. Everyone gathers for it. One, because what's a party without some occult Zoom meetings? At the party, Haley finally spills the beans about the creepy new trend everyone's obsessed with. It's called Talk You Me. Nope. Already sounds cursed. This game title reads like your phone auto-corrected "talk to me" after a seizure. She shows everyone a weird ceramic hand sitting on the counter, frozen mid-handshake like it's waiting for a job interview. The rules are simple, and by simple, we mean obviously leading to possession. 1. Grab the hand. 2nd, say "talk you me." 3. Bam, you're open to demonic Airbnb guests. 4. Only 90 seconds allowed. 5. When done, let go and blow out a candle to close the portal. Yes, because nothing bad has ever happened from opening doors to the afterlife using scented candles. Also, who beta tested this? Where's the FDA warning label? Haley's like, if you don't let go in time, the spirit can just hang out forever. You know, like a bad roommate that never leaves and occasionally possesses your body. Of course, Mia, emotionally unstable, grieving, and in a room full of people who low-key hate her, is the first to volunteer. Because when your life is a mess, why not add demonic possession to the to-do list? They chain Mia to the chair, normal party behavior, light a candle, standard summoning vibes, and place the ceramic hand in front of her. She hesitantly grabs it and Mia jerks like she just got hit with 10,000 volts of ghost energy. Her eyes widen and boom, she sees it, a demonic face straight out of your worst fever dream, standing right in front of her. Think, crusty, screechy, and clearly not invited to the party unless this is Hell's Homecoming. So Mia grabs the hand and immediately starts laughing, because nothing says party like Joker laughing mid-possession. Jet thinks Mia's faking and tells her to stop, but Mia insists, someone is sitting right in front of me. The mood shifts fast. People start getting nervous, but Haley calmly says, now say, I let you in. Oh great, just formally invite the demon in. Cool, cool. Mia obeys and instantly starts posing. Just like the girl in the cursed video, she makes creepy faces, points at Daniel, and says she likes him. Priorities, right? Then things turn. She stares at Riley and whispers, I'll cut you into 2 pieces. So we're skipping over awkward small talk and going straight to murder threats. Haley panics and tries to pull her hand away, but Mia's in a trance. Her eyes go black. Lights flicker, and the entire room feels like it's short-circuiting. Even the electricity wants no part of this mess. Haley finally blows out the candle, ending the possession. Mia collapses, then laughs. I loved that. Everyone somehow treats this like it was a fun little prank. Sure, because being a murder puppet is just quirky teenage fun. Later that night, Riley, clearly shaken, tells Mia he couldn't sleep. Mia, oddly calm, says it was the first time she ever felt truly alive. She could see, hear, and feel everything. That's not a good sign, that's demonic honeymoon phase. Riley asks about her mom. Mia says she overdosed on sleeping pills while her dad was asleep on the couch. But her memory starts getting fuzzy, and this doesn't feel like normal grief, more like lingering ghost influence. Mia recounts how her mother had knocked on the door for help, locked in her room, but her father never heard her. After her death, police found wood splinters under her nails and deep scratch marks on the door. So yeah, not your average nap gone wrong. This was full-blown horror movie death. Riley, shaken, promises he'll always be there for Mia. Then he drifts off to sleep, but not before we see a creepy shadow hand lurking behind him. Just a light demon photobomb, totally fine. The next day, because clearly no one learned a single thing, the group decides to play the game again. This time, Daniel volunteers. At 11 p.m., Haley and the others show up again with that cursed ceramic hand like it's just another fidget toy. Imagine being this enthusiastic to get possessed again. Kids today. Mia, ever the demon enthusiast, asks where the hand came from. Haley shrugs. Some say it belonged to a demon that could talk to the dead. Others say it was a demonologist who got possessed and they chopped his hand off and made it into this ceramic relic. Oh sure, great party centerpiece. Definitely Etsy worthy. With that ominous lore out of the way, the Talk to Me game kicks off again. Daniel goes first, but he starts doing questionable stuff under possession enough to make everyone uncomfortable. Not because sexual harassment by demons is where we draw the line apparently. They consider ending the game, but peer pressure wins and it keeps going. One by one, everyone takes a turn. The process is the same. Grab the hand, get jolted by some creepy spirit, say something weird or disturbing, maybe confess a deep, dark truth. Basically demon truth or dare, minus the dare. The night ends with drinks, laughs, and oh yeah, multiple confirmed possessions. But it's all chill. That is, until Riley and his friend James, clearly impressed, decide they want in. Riley especially seems excited, because being threatened by your possessed sister wasn't enough. Let's up the trauma. Riley, being a persistent little gremlin, begs Mia to let him try the Talk to Me game just for 1 minute. Mia shuts it down immediately, because apparently watching your friends get possessed isn't a strong enough deterrent, but hey, sure, let's give the kid a turn. Naturally, this leads to a typical brother-sister standoff, full of drama and guilt tripping. Riley's embarrassed, frustrated, and still determined. Eventually, Mia caves and says, okay, fine, 50 seconds, that's it. Spoiler, it will not in fact be just 50 seconds. Haley seems hesitant, the voice of reason for once, and Mia's boyfriend literally dips out of the room. Smartest move anyone in this movie has made so far. But the ritual is set up anyway, because apparently everyone in this universe skipped the part of horror movies where you don't tempt fate. Riley grabs the hand, says the words, and boom, he's in, but something's off. Riley immediately starts muttering, "Forgive me, Amy. I didn't mean to hurt you." Cue instant confusion. Mia freezes. That name, Amy, was what her mother used to call her, and now this possessed 12-year-old is apologizing in her mom's voice. Because emotional trauma just wasn't enough, let's add demon impersonation of a dead parent to the checklist. Haley, realizing things are getting spooky fast, tries to end it. He reminds Mia, time's up, but Mia, nope. She's entirely in denial and insists they wait just a few more seconds because it's her mom. This is when everyone else should have ripped that hand off the table and run. Seconds pass, too many seconds. Riley's now full on possessed, still apologizing, until suddenly he snaps. His body thrashes. He slams his head into a table, violently self-harming. So much for a gentle haunting. He tries to let go, but it's too late. Mia's still holding on. The room erupts in chaos as Riley lies there, bloodied and unconscious. Jet rushes back in, horrified. People start calling ambulances, screaming, crying, the whole post-possession starter pack. Mia, she's gone full shell shock. She stumbles into her room, numb, and sees a woman's shadow outside the window. because nothing says you messed up like your mom's ghost stalking your glass panes. In a daze, she starts washing the blood off her hands. Macbeth vibes, anyone? Police arrive. Riley's rushed to the hospital barely alive. Meanwhile, Mia's family is reeling. Her father tries to talk to her, but she says nothing. Everyone's blaming her. And if all that wasn't bad enough, Mia starts seeing her mother's ghost in the hospital. But this isn't a warm, sentimental visitation. This version calls to her in a distorted, demonic voice. Because obviously, we weren't traumatized enough already. After the whole Riley horror show, Mia is shattered. She's panicking, traumatized, and totally losing grip on reality. Daniel, bless him, tries to calm her down and bring her back to her senses. Mia, still convinced that she actually spoke to her dead mother, shares the whole possession episode with him. Daniel, to his credit, isn't buying it. He tells her that these spirits are just manipulating their grief, using their deepest fears and memories to toy with them. A perfectly rational take. Too bad logic has no place in horror movies. But Mia? Oh no, she's still hooked. Despite everything, she's determined to reach her mother again. Because if there's anything worse than a demon, it's unresolved trauma. Later, Daniel drops Mia off at home. She pleads with him not to leave her alone, classic horror movie move, and he agrees to stay the night. Big mistake, buddy. Then, surprise. Mia had sneaked the cursed ceramic hand back home like it was a souvenir from hell. And because why wouldn't you want a haunted object in your bedroom? That night, while Daniel and Mia are sleeping, the hand starts moving. Burn it, smash it, do literally anything other than keep it on your bedside table. Mia has another nightmare. She sees her mom dying all over again, and when she jolts awake, the horror doesn't stop. A terrifying ghost version of her mom appears in the corner, disfigured, shadowy, and clearly not trying to tuck her in. It's like if your mom came back, but with the nun's face. Under the influence of the spirit, Mia tries to get physically close to Daniel, disturbing and unsettling, to say the least. Daniel wakes up, freaked out, completely misreading the situation. From his POV, he went to sleep next to a traumatized girl, and woke up to her trying to seduce him in a demonic haze. Can't blame him for running. After Daniel storms off, Mia is now completely alone, emotionally and literally. She only has one thing left, that cursed hand. Because clearly, therapy isn't an option anymore. Desperate, broken, and haunted, Mia decides to use the hand again. This time, she deliberately tries to summon her mother. She grips the hand and whispers her name, hoping for closure, or at least some answers. What she gets? A horrifying vision of her mother again, looking worse than ever, when so much for a heart-to-heart. Mia demands to know, why did you kill yourself? And her mom, or whatever this demonic thing pretending to be her mom is, says, I never wanted to leave you. I'll always be with you. Chilling words, until you remember this mom also wants to possess children and make them headbutt walls. Cut to Riley. Suddenly, he starts freaking out in the hospital again. He slams his head into the wall, possessed and laughing like a demon. Jet tries to restrain him, panicking. The next day, Mia tells everyone she's been seeing her mother repeatedly, as if that's a casual update. At first, no one believes her, but then Daniel, probably still scarred from his haunted sleepover, backs her up and shares what happened. That's when Josh reveals something creepy. The same thing happened to another guy, a guy named Duckett. He was the original owner of the cursed hand. According to Josh, Duckett said these spirits take the form of your loved ones, and once they do that, they can manipulate your emotions. Basically, the spirits aren't visiting you to say goodbye. They're wearing your grief like a costume and using it to mess you up, which is frankly way more evil than any jump scare. Duckett was the one who gave the hand to Josh, so yeah, the horror is only getting worse, and now we know it's been going on for a while. So remember that cursed ceramic hand? Yeah. That delightful horror artifact used to belong to Duckett, aka Dacoit, the guy from the opening scene. He was the one who started bringing this death game disguised as a party trick to different hangouts. At first, it was just a thrill. You know, play the game, get possessed, everyone laughs, until things got weird. Duckett started seeing spirits even without the hand, and that's when you know it's real bad. When the evil doesn't even need a formal invite anymore. Eventually, Duckett couldn't take it. He spiraled and ended up dead. Cue tragic horror backstory, 97, but his brother Cole is still alive, so Daniel, Josh, and Haley decide to track him down. They meet with Cole and beg for help. Cole's like, y'all have no idea what you're dealing with. Meanwhile, Raleigh is still fighting for his life in the hospital, and the spiritual influence is fading on its own. Sort of. like a bad hangover, except it's demonic. But Jet, who's been there through all of it, warns Colt, whatever's inside, Riley isn't done yet. It's trying to kill him. That's when Mia remembers something absolutely crucial, and honestly and conveniently late. They forgot to blow out the candle the night of Riley's possession. One job, you had one job, and blowing out the candle is the key to closing the portal to the other world. So guess what? If the candle stayed lit, Riley's soul might still be stuck in the other realm, getting spiritual curb stomped. Naturally, Mia, now fully possessed by guilt, obsession, and trauma, heads back to the hospital alone. Because why learn any lessons from the last 3 near-death experiences? She tries to reach Riley by playing Talk to Me Again, this time with a plan. Reconnect with him, blow the candle out on time, bring him back. Simple. What could go wrong? Mia places the demonic hand in Riley's hand. She lights the candle. She begs the spirits to let her talk to Riley, but there's silence. Nothing, nada. So Mia, in peak final girl energy, grabs the hand and threatens Yawit. Let me in, I'll find him myself. Girl, that's literally what the demons want. And like that, she's back in the other side, a spiritual nightmare version of the hospital, filled with shadows, flickering lights, and more dread than a dentist appointment in the apocalypse. She's greeted by the ghost of a little girl, which, if we've learned anything from horror films, means instant terror. This ghost whispers, "Let me reach Riley." Mia agrees, and what she sees next is soul-crushing. Riley is trapped in hell. Not metaphorical, not poetic, literal hell. Spirits are torturing him. His face is twisted in agony. He's surrounded by demonic figures feeding on his pain, you know? So, safe to say that candle thing was kind of important. Mia watches helplessly as Riley is torn apart emotionally and physically in this hellish realm. It's then she finally realizes the truth. There's no saving Riley. Shattered, she breaks contact and runs out of the hospital, overwhelmed by guilt, horror, and the creeping feeling that she's already lost everything. She stumbles home, mentally destroyed. Her father tries to talk to her, to reach her, to bring her back to reality, but Mia, traumatized beyond repair, just closes her eyes, as if ignoring it will make it all disappear. And then in a rare but powerful moment, her father pleads with her. Please, just listen to me once. Just when Mia thinks she's lost everything, her father finally steps forward with a bombshell. He tells her that, brace yourself, her mother left a letter before she died. Yeah, a literal last goodbye. And he just never gave it to her, because hiding emotionally devastating truths from grieving children always goes well, right? He explains that he thought he was protecting her, shielding her from more pain, but now he realizes, I didn't protect you, I failed you. He finally reads the letter aloud. It's heartbreaking. Mia's mother apologizes. She says she's tired, she's exhausted, and she just wants peace. It wasn't about abandoning Mia, it was about trying to escape her own suffering. Cue waterworks. Mia breaks down, her father breaks down. They finally cry together, finally connect over shared grief. Insert temporary moment of healing here. It won't last, of course. But then, Mia sees her, the spirit, her mother, standing right behind her father. And suddenly the room freezes. The spirit whispers in her ear, venomously calm. He's lying to you. That letter? A fake. He's hiding things. There's a reason you've always felt unsafe around him. And just like that, bam, the door slams shut. Outside, Mia's father starts pounding on the door, panicking. But the spirit with that twisted smile says, that man isn't your father. I am your family now. And oh, it gets worse. The spirit then shifts the conversation from manipulation to, say, murder. She says Riley is in agony, that he's suffering in ways no one can imagine, and the only way to save him is to kill him. Set him free, let me take care of him, let me end his pain. Nothing like demonic gaslighting disguised as maternal comfort, huh? Meanwhile, in the real world, Mia's actual father finds the cursed hand in her bag. As he pulls it out and stares at it, the film toys with our perception. Is he being influenced now too? Or just trying to understand what's driving Mia mad? Back in the locked room, Mia hears his voice again. She opens the door and sees a demonic version of her father lunging at her. She panics. She attacks the figure, violently trying to survive. But then reality crashes back in. The illusion fades. The possession lifts. And lying on the floor, covered in blood, is her real father. Not a demon, not a hallucination. Her actual father. Mia collapses, overwhelmed by horror, grief, and guilt. We're now firmly in "there's no going back" territory. Cut to the hospital. Rally is slowly starting to improve. His vitals are stabilizing. Jed is hopeful, but then... Ring ring, Gia gets a call. It's Mia. Her voice is shaky, weird. She says something cryptic like she's caught between clarity and madness. He's still in danger. Riley's still trapped. Come to my house. I'll show you the truth. Gia didn't want to go. Something about Mian's voice, unsteady and distant, felt off. But something stronger, a gut instinct, pulled her into the night toward Mian's house. At that same moment, Mian stood outside the hospital with a pair of scissors in hand, her grip trembling, her mind spiraling. She pushed a wheelchair into Rally's room, only it wasn't Rally lying in the hospital bed. It was a demon, disguised just well enough to confuse her, but twisted enough to enrage her. It snarled at her. He won't live. He won't have a future. He'll never have children. Her rage boiled, but the scissors in her hand refused to fall. A war raged inside her reality, grief and possession all blurring into one. Meanwhile, Gia arrived at Mian's house and found Mian's father unconscious, drenched in blood. The horror of the truth hit her like a brick. She immediately called for an ambulance and raced to the hospital. Back there, Mian, now fully consumed by the whispers of her mother's demonic presence, wheeled Rally down the middle of the road. "Do it!" hissed the spirit behind her. "You're saving him from pain. Just let go." Mian, barely herself anymore, pushed forward. The headlights came closer, but just as the scene cuts, it's Mian, not Rally, who falls into the road. Her brother-in-law saves Rally in the nick of time. Mian is struck. Her body lies broken. We shift to Mian's soul, now adrift in the hospital. She walks among the living, shouting, crying, pleading, but no one hears her. Her voice echoes in a world she can't touch. She's become the very thing she feared, a lost spirit stuck between realms. She's pulled into a dark tunnel, endless and cold. Then, a light. A hand stretches out toward her. She reaches back, hoping, desperate, and as their fingers touch, we finally see it. It's the cursed hand. That same porcelain hand, now being held by someone new, somewhere else, ready to begin the game all over again. Talk to me. Final line, the curse never ends. It just passes hands. Now, if you liked the video, like and share it. Also, if you are new on our channel, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon because we keep posting such videos on our channel. Please